An arithmetic sequence was a sequence that had a common difference. A geometric sequence is a sequence that has a common ratio, so they're going to be very similar. Instead of the difference, though, there is a ratio. So here is a standard form for a geometric sequence. AN is equal to R, AN minus 1. So what I'm doing is taking the previous term in order to get the next term and multiplying it by whatever that common ratio R is. And this is what a sequence would look like. I would begin with A, then I would go to the next term. In order to get this next term, I need to take the previous term and multiply it by the common ratio R, so it would be A times R. For the third term, you need to take the previous term, A2, and multiply it by common ratio R. For the fourth term, I need to take A3, the third term, multiply it by R. And it continues on forever. Here is another way of thinking of it. I can take the first number of my sequence, and the only thing that is different between all these terms is that ratio. Every single time I'm just multiplying it by a common ratio R. So I can look at it from the perspective, I take my first number and then I'm going to continue multiplying it by R. So the second term is A1 times R. The third term is A1 times R squared. The fourth term is A1 times R cubed. And here's an example just with some numbers. So here the common ratio is 3. I begin with 2, then I multiply it by 3, which is 6. Multiply 6 by 3, which is 18. Multiply 18 by 3, 54. 54 times 3 is 162. So that's what a geometric sequence is. And here's a formula for the nth term of a geometric sequence. So if I quickly want to know what the 10th term is, then what I do is I take whatever term that I want, subtract it by 1, and then I raise R to that power. Here it's clearly visible in this second example what this formula is basically doing. Since R is just going to be the common ratio, I'm just going to continue multiplying R by however many terms there are in that sequence, but minus 1 because I don't multiply R times that first number in the sequence.